Hi everyone, welcome to the Reiki meditation session for this week. We're going to start in 2 minutes, so please, if you can make yourself comfortable for now, and you can already start to relax. We'll just wait for the time to start. We will be doing a session on the earth element today. So make yourself comfortable, bring some water to your side if you would like. And already you can start to relax. And you can start to switch off the thoughts in your mind. Okay, 1 minute before we start. So keeping comfortable already and starting to prepare your mind for this session. Already starting to reduce your thoughts, finding comfort wherever it is that you're seated or lying down. Putting some water by your side if you would like to sip on something rather on a drink. Okay, hi and welcome. So today we're doing a session on the earth element. I will explain a bit more about this in a minute, but first of all, let me remind you to please make sure to keep comfortable at all times during this session. This session is for you to relax, for you to reduce stress. So anything that creates you additional stress or that you don't feel comfortable doing, please just leave it. Just wait, just relax. And if any activity you feel you don't connect with, you can sit it out. You can just relax, like I just said, or if you would like, you can also go back to the first activity we are going to do, which is a focus on the breath. You can have water by your side and have a sip on it anytime you want, or tea, anything you'd like to drink. You're in your space. So that's the advantage of these sessions, rather than face to face in a group, is that this is completely your space. So make yourself as comfortable as you can be. Have a cover, have pillows, whatever it is that feels comfortable to you. Make sure you keep warm because we're doing this for a whole hour. But you can move at any time during the session. In meditation, people often recommend to stay and sit through the pain and not move at all, but this is not the same kind of session. So, at any time, if you feel like you want to shift your body because you feel pain, please do so. Please do readjust your position and make yourself more comfortable, okay? Right, okay. So this is a session that is infused with Reiki healing. So at the beginning of the session, I will ask you to focus on a gratitude, which is something that you feel grateful for that happened in your week. Something nice that happened. Something that made you feel joy or happiness. Something that warmed up your heart. So focusing on at least one of these. And then also, as these sessions are infused with Reiki healing, I'm going to invite you also, if you wish to, you don't have to do anything in these sessions. If you would like to focus on an intent for the healing. So the Reiki healing, the way it works is that it brings positivity to any aspect of your life and of your person. So you can ask for the Reiki healing to help you with your mental health, physical health, with your energy, with bringing positivity in your life, in a particular aspect of your life, like a relationship, your household, a project, a job, a career, or even on a pet to help a pet's health or happiness. It can help with anything like this. So there'll be this. We're going to do this in a minute. But now this session is focused on the earth element. We've done all the elements little by little on every last episode apart from the last one. And so today is the earth element. And so after that, you do your gratitude and your intent. I'm going to ask you to connect with the earth. What does it mean to you, this element? If I say earth element, what comes to your mind? It can be images, it can be thoughts, it can be words, it can be feelings, it can be memories. But just to get a bigger concept or a stronger concept of what it means to you if I say earth element. So, okay, we are first going to start with the gratitude and the intent for the healing. And so I'm going to ask you now to take a deep breath to begin, and then closing your eyes, making yourself comfortable one last time if you need to shift, and then letting my words settle for a bit, clearing your mind out already, and then focusing on a gratitude, and if you would like to, an intent for the healing. Focusing on a gratitude and an intent for the healing. Okay, so now I'm going to invite you to think about the earth element. Right now, if I ask you to think of the earth element, the earth, what comes to mind? Think about images that may come to your mind. Think about soil, seeds, plants, the planet. What comes to you if I say earth element? Also, us, humanity, how do we connect with the earth? Okay, now we are going to move on to the next to the activity that we start with all the time, focusing on the breath. First of all, let me just say hello, Magali. Just so you know, you have got on the side the live chat, and so Magali just said hello on the live chat earlier. You can leave messages on there anytime, and then at the end of the session, I look at them and I answer them if they need to be answered too. Okay, so we're going to focus on our breath as we usually do, and then we are going to extend that activity by seeing ourselves in a forest. And on every in breath, we will take in the fresh air loaded with nature, with green, with forest, with earth, every time we breathe in. And every time we breathe out, we can let go of anything that we feel is polluting our mind, our body, our life, and letting nature take it and purify it for us. Okay, so we're going to start now. So you can shift again your position if you're not feeling comfortable enough, making yourself settle in a more comfortable position if there is. And then taking a deep breath in and out to begin. Closing your eyes again if they were open. and switching off every thought in your mind. That's right, little by little. It is a gentle process, just one by one, letting go of these thoughts. Right now, you don't need them. All you need is you and your breath. And so you can relax and give yourself this time, this hour for yourself to feel relaxed, to feel comfortable, to feel happy. And then little by little, bringing more and more of your mind onto your breath, really noticing it, observing it, feeling the importance of it as if nothing else mattered as much. Connecting at the deepest level to the beauty of this energy of the airflow going in and out through your breath. Giving yourself this time just to think about the breath and nothing else. To give your mind a break. Giving your whole system a break. And paying attention to every detail of your breath. Because right now, nothing else matters as much. Noticing the flow of the air and how it makes your body move. Which parts of your body are moving and how. Now, there's no need to change your breath in any way. It is just a matter of observing it. But observing it as if it was the only thing that mattered in your life right now. Letting it flow naturally and really deeply connecting with it. Relaxing more and more now. All of your muscles feeling heavier and resting now. And your mind clearer and lighter. Noticing the sensations of the air going through you as well. Like, for example, bringing your mind to your nostrils. How does it feel when the air is going through there, passing through on every inhale and every exhale? And how does it feel when it passes through your nose? And then as it goes through your windpipes and into your lungs, and then also maybe noticing a change of temperature as the air goes back out on an exhale. Okay, now we're going to extend this activity and we're going to focus on an inhale in imagining ourselves in a forest. So, first of all, you can place yourself there now in a beautiful forest full of big trees, full of grass and bushes and flowers. Then, from now until the end of this activity, on every inhale, breathing in the fresh, cool air of the forest, filled with the beautiful vibrations of those trees and plants, the freshness of the pure air from this forest. And then on every exhale, letting go of anything you feel needs to be cleansed or purified in you. Letting nature, letting the earth take it for you. It can be things you no longer want, or it can just be negative energy that you feel needs to go, so that inside you can feel cleaner and purer, more vibrant, more full of energy. And so from now until the end of this activity, on an inhale, breathing in the fresh, beautiful, vibrant air from the forest where you are. And on an exhale, letting go, releasing negative energy to this forest, to the earth. This forest and the earth are there to help you release, are there to help you to let go. They are there welcoming this energy that you are sending out on an out breath to get purified or cleansed. There is still plenty of time, so really take the time to experience this. Relaxing there in that forest. On an inhale, breathing in these beautiful fresh vibes from these trees and plants. Maybe you can also sense a smell to the air. And on an exhale, releasing, letting go, freeing yourself. On an inhale, breathing in freshness, coolness, energy, the earth. On an out breath, letting go and releasing, knowing that the earth and the forest are welcoming this energy to cleanse it and purify it. On an inhale, breathing in the freshness, the beauty of the earth. The zest of energy of the forest where you are. And on an exhale, releasing out. And it is okay if sometimes you want to take a really deep breath in, to take it all in. And it is okay also if sometimes you want to exhale in a sharp breath to let go more quickly or more powerfully. Not too much though, but occasionally is okay. On an inhale, absorbing the beauty of that forest, maybe even the color green, visualizing the air that is going in a green color if you'd like, and then releasing on an exhale, letting go, freeing your body and your mind, and relaxing deeper and deeper as you do so. Breathing in freshness, lightheartedness, happiness, and maybe even a pine smell. Exhaling and letting go. Releasing stress, tension, pain, burdens, illness. Relaxing deeper and deeper and deeper. And then when you are ready, you can take a deep breath to finish. You can keep your eyes shut if you would like, or you can open them. You can have a sip of water, readjusting your position if you wish to. And in the meantime, I'm going to explain to you a bit more about the earth elements. So we've been looking at the four elements, and the four elements are used in healing a lot, but they can be used by anyone at any time in everyday life. They are absolutely magical and absolutely powerful, and they exist in the physical plane just as much as in the spiritual one. So water can just be water, or water can be cleansing, it can be flow, it can bring healing, it can refresh, it can cool down inflammation in the body and in the mind, stress, it can reduce stress and calm and soothe it down. The earth element is all about grounding, it's all about connecting. We are humanity, we're part of humanity, and humanity was born on earth. It's our planet, it's our main basic element. And when I say grounding, I mean really deeply connecting as if we had actually roots coming out of our feet going into the ground. And so when we say to ground ourselves or to anchor ourselves or to root ourselves, it is imagining that we are like a tree. And if we don't have roots, then if the wind blows, we can fall down. But if we have deep roots into the ground, then we are very strong and sturdy. It also means that we are physically more balanced. We can move our body more easily and more efficiently. But it also means that, like for example, an opposed concept of being grounded is when we are too much in our head. If we are thinking so much all the time, if we are constantly worrying, or if we have those thoughts that keep on circling around, or if we are, did I say worried already? All the time, then we have so much energy happening at the head level. And so we are not grounded because our attention and our energy is all up here, but it's not down at our feet and into the ground. And as we are earth beings, we need to be grounded. It's really important. And so it's important to bring the energy back down to the feet and through the feet to the earth. When we speak of the earth element, we also speak about the soil. We talk about the use of soil to help grow things. So spiritually, it can be about abundance. It can be about planting seeds that help grow to reap the harvest and get abundance in whatever it is that we planted. So there's so many aspects to the earth element. But think about this. If there is too much water and you add soil, it dries it up. Yes, because soil is absorbent. The soil, earth is absorbent. If there's a fire, you can put it out by putting earth on it. So think about this again with the elements. If you have fire and you want to put it out, you can decide. You can splash water over it and then it's put out, but then it's wet. And also, if the fire is too big, water might not be enough. But if you put soil on it, it might completely cut off the fire, cut off the fire. And in which case, then it's all dry and it's all um, cool. So think about all these elements and think about how you can incorporate them in your life also if you wish to. So if you want to bring abundance to yourself, you could ask the wind to bring things to you. If you want to send a message out, you can ask the wind to carry that message out to someone. If you want to bring yourself abundance, like if you want an abundant household, you could imagine planting a seed in your household that goes into a big tree of abundance. So many ways like this that the elements can be used. These are very spiritual ways that I've described, but then there's also very practical ways, also very physical ways that you can use the elements, as I've just also explained. So now we're going to connect with the earth element at its purest. The earth has a core, and I believe that that core we are all connected to. And I believe that there's like a beam of energy that goes from that core of the earth to each person. And then as we get stressed, as we get influenced in a negative way with our environment, with people around us, with negative thinking and stress, and with lifestyles that have now become so uh, digital, let's put it this way, we can really disconnect from the earth, from the planet. And so when that happens, I believe that that beam of light reduces or gets blocked, and then we disconnect. And then we don't get grounded anymore. And so then we are so much in our head and so much stress. So now we're just going to do a meditation now on connecting to the core of the planet. It will also help us to reconnect, with our humanity inside of us. So if you would like to make yourself comfortable now, and then closing your eyes if they are open, taking a deep breath to begin, letting my words settle. Maybe these words triggered a few thoughts in your mind, so you can explore those for a minute. What do you think about what I just said? Does any of it make any sense to you personally? It really doesn't have to. Good. So now I am going to invite you to imagine at the center of the earth, our planet on which we are right now, a core, a giant ball of energy. I'll invite you to see it of a golden light, but if you prefer another color, that's okay, as long as that color feels good to you. Right beneath you, all the way down to the middle of the earth, at its core, a giant ball of light is there to nourish you. And so you can start to see a beam of light coming from that core and making its way to you. It will get to your feet eventually, but first you can watch it go through each layer of the earth. Slowly progressing, gaining momentum, building up such amount of positive energy that is going to truly heal you as soon as it reaches you. And then finally getting to your feet, as if it was a giant root connecting you so deeply to the core of the earth, so powerfully. And then you can watch this light from that beam, from the core of the earth to you, to your feet. You can watch that light slightly and slowly starting to make its way inside of you to heal you, to truly connect you, to deeply ground you into body too. That's it. Slowly by slowly, just like water in a cup, this energy is now entering you and filling you up bit by bit, body part by body part, cell by cell, particle by particle, reaching inside of you and climbing its way up to the top of your head, ever so gently, kindly, and soothingly, healing you. Any part of you that is not functioning right now is being rebalanced by this light, is being healed by this light, is being soothed by this light. And remembering it all starts from the core of the earth, from that big ball of energy at the center of the earth. And as this energy is flowing through you more and more, it is connecting you to our planet, to life on the planet, to every species that exists, to every plant that exists, to soil, to fruits and vegetables, to everything that this amazing planet is providing to us, connecting you to the air, to oxygen that we need for breathing. Deeply, deeply connecting you. Deeply grounding you, anchoring you. No wind can blow now that would be strong enough to make you fall because you are so strongly rooted now, so powerful on your feet, so powerful as you stand strong, deeply connected. The light now is inside of you everywhere and healing every part of your soul. And as this is happening, you can see in your mind all the beauty of this planet. You can feel it in your heart, how much love we all have for it. We're going to move on to the next meditation in just a moment, but first, I just wanted to remind you to not worry. If at any time in any of the meditations you find that your mind has taken you away to other thoughts about what it is that I am guiding, do not worry about it at all. Just when you notice, just gently bring your mind back to the meditation, and whatever it is that you have not followed because you were with other thoughts, you can just leave behind and you just can join back to where we are at and follow the guidance from there, okay? You won't have missed much, and it doesn't matter because what matters is every second that you connect with the meditation is a second of goodness you're bringing to your whole system. And it may feel as a benefit as big as 1 hour for each second. Okay, so there is really no wrong way of doing this. Just when you notice, if you get carried away, just gently, ever so gently, without effort, without resistance, and without conflict, just bringing your mind back to the meditation and just continuing where we're at. It's all that is needed. Hi, Kay. Sorry, I said I would read the messages after, but I can't help it. I'm happy you could join it. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the next session. The next session, rather, the next activity. So if your eyes are open, I'm going to invite you now to shut them again. And then taking a deep breath to begin. Now, this time we're going to plant a seed, and we've done this before, but I'm going to ask you this time to think really broad, wide, and really to connect to the earth as we're doing this. We're working with the earth element, and the earth element is going to help us right now with this meditation to nourish our life for a great amount of abundance. This is what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to invite you now to take a seat that I am putting now in your hands. Inspecting that seed, you can look at it and see it is made of pure golden light. So beautiful, it feels so positive, so filled with energy. And now in your mind, I am going to invite you to imagine a field with soil on the ground. And I'm going to ask you to stand there in that field. And in your vision, to take your shoes and socks off so that you are barefoot on the soil. To really feel the earth beneath your feet. And I'm going to ask you now to just take a few seconds to really feel that. Really feel the soil under your feet as you stand there in that field. And now to think about that seed that is inside your hands that I have just given you. That beautiful seed that feels so filled with energy, so positive, almost as if it felt that it was happy. Now that you've thought about that seed in your mind, I am going to ask you to think about it in your heart. And that means to feel from your heart about that seed all the potential of happiness that can lay there. And we're going to load that seed with these feelings and with these thoughts. And so I'm going to ask you now to really think about what you want to put in that seed, because that seed is then going to grow into an abundant tree that is going to provide for you, for the earth, and for the whole of humanity. So as you are holding that seed in your hands right now, I'm going to ask you to really think about what it is you want to grow on that tree. It can be things, like for example, it could be that you want to have food, enough food for the rest of your life, abundance of food, or it could be money, but it can also be hope. It can also be health for the earth. It can also be happiness for humanity or peace for humanity. So I'm going to ask you now to take a moment and to really load onto that seed every hope and every wish that you have for yourself first, and then for humanity and for the earth. As you hold that seed in your hands now, you can even bring it to your heart if you wish to. Putting your wishes, your hopes, your wants onto that seed now in your hands. Now I am going to invite you to kneel down, and yes, for some people that could be a potentially a painful experience. But in this vision, in this meditation, you are so comfortable, and it feels even more comfortable to go down and kneel down onto the ground, keeping your seed in one hand and then touching the earth with the other, preferably holding the seed with your left hand and touching the earth with your right hand. Really knowing as you're touching that soil that you are connecting with the planet and that you're inviting that planet with its most powerful tool, that is the earth, that is the soil. You're inviting the earth to nourish that seed when you're going to plant it, so that it can grow in the most magnificent tree of abundance on the planet. And so for now, just connecting with the earth. And you can spend that moment also to talk to the earth if you wish to. It's not for everyone. So if it's not, then you can just connect with the earth with your hand. But if you wish to, you can take this moment to talk to the earth, to formulate a request, to ask for her help, to give her some love. And now I am going to invite you to make a hole in the ground, in the soil. As you open your hand to grab the seed, to put it in that hole, you notice that all of a sudden that seed is starting to glow so powerfully. Rays of light are streaming through everywhere from it. And you can see the beauty of all your hopes and all your wishes glowing through it. As you bring it down and settle it down into that little hole you made in the ground, in the soil. And now you can cover that seed with soil. And as you do so, you can still see some of the beams of light streaming through the soil. As it is glowing so strongly, it cannot help but come through anywhere. As you're there on the ground next to your seed that is now buried under the soil, you can send it some positive vibes now, some positive thoughts that will help it grow bigger, taller, and more powerful. You can send it love, you can send it happiness, you can send it hope. You can send it images of what it could become, how big that tree can get. And as you can see that there is a pot of water next to you, you can start watering that seed, that soil. And as you do so, you can start to see a stem piercing through as that seed is now starting to grow. And it is a beautiful green, but also it is kind of a gold, it has a kind of a golden glow to it as well, as its beautiful light is still seeping through every cell of it. And as you keep watering it, it keeps on growing and growing and growing. And now you're going to have to start to look up because it has become so tall that it is now overgrown above you, turning into the most beautiful tree. And so you can stand up now. And you can watch this beautiful, beautiful tree. And as it keeps on growing, fruits are starting to come out in the greatest abundance that you have ever seen. And you know that each fruit is made of the abundance that you requested or that you wished for. You know that you have done such an amazing job here now with this tree, with this seed to begin with. You have been healing the earth, you have been healing you, and you are bringing yourself and the planet so much abundance now. And so now you can bring your mind back, knowing that you have done all these good deeds, bringing your mind back to where you are. Taking a deep breath to finish. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. We are going to do a mudra now, a hand position meditation. So it's important that you look at it so that you understand how to do it. And that is why we need the eyes open at this moment. Okay, hi, welcome back. So, for the mudra is about connecting with the earth as well. Their hands are going to be with three fingers folded and the others in an L shape, like this, on both sides. So you have your hands, you fold them, extend the thumbs up straight at a straight angle with the index fingers. Now, the thing is, we're gonna need to do this one standing. I can't because I'm on the sofa right now, so I'm going to do it kneeling. But ideally, if you can do it standing, that would be perfect. But you have to make sure that you can be either seeing me or hearing me when I let you know that the meditation is over. Okay, so make sure you find a space now that is perfect for that. And I'm gonna set myself a goal so because I have to try to do it kneeling down. Because the idea is the hands, the way that they are pointing down to the ground. Okay, so to remind you, the hand is straight. You fold your three fingers, extend your thumb and your index finger so that they're at the right angle, and then pointing downwards. Your arms are straight, and you're not just letting it hang, you're purposefully holding it towards the ground as if you were aiming to send energy down there. And we're going to stay like that for 5 minutes. So now you can take a deep breath. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable enough to close your eyes while standing. Otherwise, you can leave them open. I am going to make my position a bit weird so that you can understand better. And then just pointing downwards to the ground, arms straight, a dynamic hold on both sides, my other side also, and staying like that. And just knowing that you are powerfully connecting to the earth. The earth is bearing witness to you and to your healing. Just relaxing there. Holding your hands powerfully facing towards the ground. sending that energy down. You're focusing on how you feel. How does it feel in your mind now? How does it feel in your body even? Just relaxing there for the last few seconds. And now you can go back to sitting down. And for the last few minutes, so we might be going over the time a little bit. But so now, just for the last few minutes, you can rub your hands. You can keep your eyes open, not are they open. Rubbing your hands energetically and then bringing them to your chest, finishing with a little bit of self-love. And not thinking of anything. You have done so much focusing with these activities, sorry. So you can just relax now and allow any thought to come through just for a minute. And then taking a deep breath to finish, you can bring your hands back down. Okay, so that was some very deep connecting to the earth energy. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me have a look at the comments. So Kay said, thank you. Magali says, I feel very anchored. I feel very grounded into the earth. And that is great. I'm really glad. And then she says, it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy how we feel full of strength or power, maybe. And I guess when we feel energized to the earth being such a big part of our lives as humanity, as a human being, as an animal on this earth, really, a child of this earth, when we connect powerfully with the earth, we connect powerfully with ourselves and with what made us. So then it's normal to feel so much more strength. And also, when we're so much in our heads, and like I said, when we are not grounded, we're so much up there, then it makes us so much more tired than if we're really deeply grounded. And the funny thing about this is that at first, when you ground like this, when you do exercises to ground yourself like this, you actually may feel a lot more physically tired because when you were so much in your head, you probably were not sleeping well enough. And also, you probably were so disconnected that you wouldn't be aware of how tired you are. And then when you ground yourself, you might feel energized, but then as a result, tonight, for example, you might find yourself very tired very early compared with usual because you have grounded yourself and reconnected to your true self. And so you are becoming so much more aware of your tiredness, and connecting to the earth element itself will make you connect to your natural rhythm more powerfully. And so therefore you can get more tired in that way. But that is really good because then it makes you, or it invites you rather, to sleep earlier, and you will sleep so much deeper. Okay. Ah, another message from Kay. I feel better now. Oh, that's so great, Kay. I'm really glad. I'm so glad that it helps. I'm really happy. Okay, so I will see you next week, Wednesday, 2 o'clock. And I'm not sure yet what we're going to tackle then because we've now finished the 4 elements. But if there is anything you would like me to do sessions on, please don't hesitate to let me know, okay? So I hope you have a wonderful, grounded week. Bye.